Welcome to the Rice County Historical Society's one-room school. The school is currently located on the Rice County Fairgrounds, and perhaps you've walked in here before, but for those of you who haven't, the school was not originally built in this location. It was actually built about 5 miles north in Bridgewater Township, about a half-mile east of Highway 3. It was built in 1857 and was used as a one-room school until the early 1950s. In 1954, the Rice County Agricultural Society, which ran the Rice County Fair, purchased the school for $206. At that time, it was moved to the Rice County Fairgrounds and was originally maintained by the Fair Board, but in about 10 years after it was moved, it was maintained by the Rice County Historical Society. In 1954, at the time of the move, one of the earliest teachers who taught in this school from 1884 to 1888 shared some of her early experiences. She was born in 1866 in Cannon City and was a teacher, as I mentioned, from 1884 to 1888, which meant that she was only 18 years old when she began teaching here. Her starting salary was $20 a month, and at that time she lived with her parents during the time she taught, but eventually moved closer to the school because she had difficulty crossing the river when the water was high. At the time, the only thing necessary in order to become a teacher was to pass a teaching exam given by the school board itself. And then she was hired for each term, and had to interview every fall, winter, and spring. There are some original items in the school to mention. In particular, in the corner is the school stove. It's not actually that big. It has a metal jacket around it that would have helped prevent accidental burning from bumping up against the red-hot stove itself. In addition to that, the jacket would actually help more evenly radiate the heat throughout the room. Also original is the clock on the wall. It's interesting in that it actually has 2 sets of hands. The inner set would have kept track of time with the Roman numerals, and the other numbers around the outside actually are days of the month. And the clock only had to be wound once a month, of course, by the teacher of the time. The kerosene lamps in the middle of the room are original and pretty extraordinary. Last but not least, though, is this chalkboard. It's a blackboard. It's actually where the term blackboard originated. These are pine boards that would have been painted with a black substance and then became a chalkboard in that way. It's pretty cool to see one that actually was used and is restored. Rice County Historical Society, preserving the past for future generations.